Suburban crash investigators have a new tool to speed up their assessments. Drones now flying above crash scenes, and it could help clear the roads sooner. You can read this entire story in today's Daily Herald. Bob Sazanjara from the Herald is here to tell us more. And I got to tell you, I'm so impressed by this.
It's one of the first in the country, Diane, and Massachusetts introduced one in December, and the Lake County Major Crash Assistance Team, which is headed by the Lake Zurich Police Chief Steve Husak. It's one of his duties. They got permission to do it in December. They've been sending the drones up. They have two of them. They're $2,500 a piece, and the whole idea is to get the evidence collection done faster, therefore the roads open faster to the drivers, because sometimes a crash investigation with fatality or serious injury, it could take 5 hours or even longer.
We know that more than anything around here. I mean, absolutely, we've had major intersections, especially lately with all of these interstate shootings and things like that. They close the highways, expressways for hours. Is this something you think other departments will do as well? I mean, this is pretty efficient.
They're expecting that. The Northwestern University Center for Public Safety has been working with the Lake County Regional Crash Assistance Team on that. This is so new. The FAA really didn't allow greater leeway on drone pilots until about August. So they're expecting a lot more people to be taking the courses, and it's not a long course. It's a month or so for law enforcement to get to know everything they need to do for flying a drone, to collect the evidence and do everything out there. So they're expecting a lot more law enforcement agencies to get on board with this.
Going back to Lake County, the Major Crash Investigation Unit, or Assistance Team as they're called, their own investigators is the team that operates the drone, right? That's one of the questions.
That is correct. About 15 are now licensed to fly the drones. And the drones, what they're doing is they're getting hundreds of images, hundreds of photographs from the air. It gets stitched together in a computer model. And then when they're back at the office later, they could even run it in 3D. They could get views of what the driver is seeing just before the crash occurs. They're doing their measurements that way. Back in the day, they used to have chalk and a wheel, and they'd go out there and do these little measurements. Now they could do precise measurements based on all the hundreds of images they're getting from the drone. And the investigation could continue after the traffic is moving through. They could still do a little more drone work. So when the intersection's open again to traffic or whatever part of the road is affected, they could still carry on and not interrupt other people as they're trying to get about their business.
Bob, I got to tell you, the efficiency with this just is astounding to me. I certainly hope everybody really watches this and does the same thing in their own departments. I think it's really cost-effective as well.
It's looking like this should catch on. This is really at the cusp of the beginning here, and it'd really be stunning if you don't see a lot more agencies doing it in the next year.
Thank you, Bob, for being here.
Thank
you
you.
can read much more in today's Daily Herald or online at dailyherald.com.